Concord versus Mount.
Good morning, I'm Craig Gallup.
Hang on, let me call the case. 2501975. Thank you. Your appearance.
Good morning, Judge. Craig Gallup, P63002 on behalf of the plaintiff, the community manager, Ms. Hope Turner's here.
Your name, ma'am?
Hope Turner.
Your name?
Amanda Mount.
I don't even know where to start on this. Ms.
Oh, it's starting good already. I haven't seen this one. You can blame all of this on Law Nerds Unite. And if you feel like it, you can blame Alyssa as well.
Turner, correct me. If I'm a owner of a co-op or a member of the co-op, I should say, do I have the right to get the meeting minutes?
Only if they pertain to that individual, and anything that pertains to another member will be redacted. That's personal information for them.
You guys don't have anything? You don't have public meeting minutes?
There's two types of
When we have our
I'm
yearly,
talking about the board meetings.
when we have our annual meeting in June, yes, those go out to the entire membership, and the entire membership is allowed to come to that meeting. That's to speak anything general about the property. If they have any concerns about, rules and stuff, that's our public meeting. If
Don't you have board minutes of the board
Yes.
meetings?
If a
Is a
member,
member entitled to those?
if a member asks to attend a meeting or meet with the board, yes, they're allowed to be in that meeting. We have what's called board briefs that gives the minutes to any member in brief without anything that has to do legally with another member in it. And
I'm going to tell, let me just stop everybody here. I'm going to tell everybody my thoughts here. One, let's start with the easy one. You can't submit interrogatories like this, a request to admit like this. You can't do that. I told you needed a lawyer. I tried to be nice to you. You can't do that. That just borders on harassment and overly burdensome materials. That's all that is. He's right. The court rule leaves you with 20 interrogatories. So to begin with, before I even hear anything, I'm striking your interrogatories and your request to admit from the record. You can prepare those differently. You're limited to 20 interrogatories and 30 requests to admit, period. I'll determine the issue of sanctions later. Now, as to your motion, I don't understand, I am getting sick of this case. I hate to say that. I should never say that. I'm a judge. I should never, ever say that. But I am tired of this case and all the paper I'm getting. You guys are killing trees. But I got to tell you, I'm sitting here wondering, I ordered your office, your client, to submit all maintenance logs.
We did.
Okay, wait 1 second. I am not, I want to know what all your responses were, because if you think I got nothing better to do, you two, on a Sunday and go back and look at every single piece of paper on every exhibit here, I got another thing coming for you. But I want you to tell me what your responses were. I don't know the big thing about the maintenance logs here. I mean, the minutes of the meeting. I don't get why all of this was redacted. I mean, if you're talking about attorney-client privilege, you guys are not talking about, you're not talking about work product or attorney-client privilege in a board meeting. The minutes of the board, they're not in there. If they're in there, here's what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Gallup. I ordered you to produce all these documents. She's leading to me to believe you did not produce the documents that I ordered in my order of October 14 of 25. If you thought that there were items here that were overbroad, covered by attorney-client privilege, covered by the work product doctrine, completely unrelated to anything pertaining to this case, I would have thought you would have filed a motion for a protective order. Said, Judge,
We did.
when did you file your motion for protective order before?
Well, it was on November.
There shall not be any cutting of trees. Don't cut any trees. I'll pass the order to them. No cutting of trees, no felling of trees in Patna number 12.
I know there's so much paper here. It's
Three, Judge.
okay. So let's take each one of these. Let's take each one of these. You can start out. Did you provide them with the maintenance log and work orders from
Yeah.
July 1 of 15 until the present?
We provided close to over 100 documents.
I didn't ask you to.
No, but I'm gonna go through. I should send them to you, Judge. We were questioning whether or not we should just send them to the court. We're only required to send to the court items that have requests for admissions, et cetera. We submitted over 100 documents, A through F, based on your order that day. So it's disingenuous of her to say that we only produce redacted board minutes. It is an outright lie.
Okay. Direct your comments to me, not to her.
I'm getting very frustrated with the court.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you. I
60 interrogatories and requests.
I know she's not doing that. But let's go back. Do you have the maintenance log and work orders from your unit going back to July 1 of 2015?
They provided all they had, Your Honor, is they were provided under, can I send to Jen everything we provided, Your Honor? I have my assistant
All in good time, David. All in good time.
send it to me this morning.
Jennifer, I don't think I have all this nonsense, do I?
Included in the package, Your Honor. She only included the redacted board minutes, leaving the court, leaving the all provided.
Yeah.
A through F, there were A through F. We had 6 or 7 subparts, Your Honor, of the order.
I know.
Ms. Turner worked very diligently before we left the conference to produce these documents. I would be happy to produce to Jennifer for the court, so you can see what we provided today.
Jennifer, I'm going to have him send
Yes,
that.
Judge.
Okay, I apologize to you, but I don't know how else to manage this. I'm not doing a very good job on this case. I can tell you that. I give myself an F at best because this has got to stop. You can't send 20.
Stop it, Judge. You are one of only 2 people running for Emperor of the World. Don't even say that about yourself.
25, 35 interrogatories, then 60 to 10 days later. You can't do that. I mean, I get the fact that you're enjoying yourself here.
I thought it closed in the 27th, and that was it. I was trying to,
You what?
I thought that discovery ended on the 27th. I didn't get the order until the day of.
I don't know what to do with you anymore, though. I want to be fair with you. I want you to have an opportunity to be heard, but you're papering me to death. I mean,
Judge, I seriously want to give him a little therapy here. I know he can't hear me. I just want to tell you, Judge, I'm in front of a lot of judges all day, and you just have attorneys come in front of you. Pretty much every judge on the planet would have the same reaction you did to this situation. They all hate this. They all hate it, and it's understandable.
it's not that complex. It's not that complex. You could have taken depositions. You still can do that. I will still give you an order for allowing you to take depositions, but we're not paying for it. That's up to you. You have to hire court reporters. You have to pay for transcripts, not the court. We're not doing that. We don't have anybody in this fight. You filed a motion and then withdrew it, I'm told, asking the court to provide that, and we're not doing it. But I don't know what else to say. I'm supremely frustrated by this whole crazy Hatfield and McCoy case that I have going on. I really am. So let's just start with this. While he's sending those documents, are you telling me that you don't have the maintenance logs or work orders involving your unit back? Let me finish. Dating back to July 1 of 15.
I do.
Okay. Are you telling me that you don't have any billing or financial records related to charges assessed to you? Or
know who he thinks he is, talking to anybody like that? Your Honor, listen, you're going to agitate me if you lie to me. I saw you. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you one last time. You are going to agitate me if you lie to me. I saw you.
while you resided there?
Says to me.
Well, this was your, I was trying to accommodate when I ordered them to provide all this. He says, copy of any billing or financial records related to charges assessed to defendant or her unit while she has resided. Do you have all that documentation from them?
Yes.
How about communications or emails? You don't even know what I'm going to say. Between plaintiff and management referencing issues at defendant's unit. Do you have all those? Which ones don't you have?
I don't have any meetings.
Did you provide that?
Yes. No lie.
Okay. All right. Now, wait a minute. Come on. Let's stop with the lie stuff, please, Mr. Gallup.
Judge, this is completely untrue. You know, we have to prove ourselves innocent here, Your Honor.
You don't have to do anything. Let me just do my job.
I appreciate it, Judge, but I'm telling you, the frustration level isn't in it.
I get it. Did you provide her with that documentation?
There were emails, Judge. I saw them this morning. We're gonna send over, it was 100 and some pages. We're gonna
I know. You guys are killing me. I mean, this is not the only case I have.
It is, but Your
So I'm
Honor,
going to read 160 of those. How many pages am I reading down the other?
you were under the impression from her pleading that we had only provided redacted board minutes.
Right,
It looked like we gave her nothing.
right.
Completely untrue. She deceived the court. So we're gonna send you what we provided. We provided her so that you can get an accurate assessment of what we did provide. Ms. Holt worked very hard before the conference to provide this documentation. What we didn't have, we supplemented with 2 affidavits, one from Ms. Turner, one from the board secretary, to say why the items that were redacted were in fact redacted, and the absence to anything else that the court may have otherwise required on that October order that you came here with you.
Do you have 100 and some pages of those communications or emails? Did he at least provide you with those?
The only thing
Yes or no?
I have is the emails that I turned in, it got sent back to me.
There was an email, at least one or more from Justin Marcus and Hope Turner. You remember that one?
Oh, okay, yes, he's very sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There was a lot. There was 2,
All right.
yes.
What do you miss? What didn't they
Well,
get?
because we,
No, no. Just tell me what you're missing. You're saying they didn't get.
this record of our meeting, that was conducted under Robert's rules.
Well, you're asked for communications or emails between plaintiff and management referencing issues at your unit.
And
Did they fail to provide any one of those?
no,
Well, then they provided them.
well,
Wait a minute.
provided the board minutes that I asked for, all of them. No,
You're not listening. Ma'am. I'm trying to be patient with you. You're making it difficult. You want to play lawyer? It's okay. But you can't come in here and tell me things and expect me not to call you on them if they're not true. So I'm going to read this one more time to you.
Yeah.
Annie, why don't you look at the order? Do you have to have the order of October 14th, right? It's my order of October 14th. Jennifer, can you please bring that down here, a copy of that? Here, John, would you do me a favor, please?
Yeah, I can print another one, Judge.
Good. And then just have somebody run it down and give it to Ms. Mount here.
Okay. Your Honor,
Ma'am?
if I can ask Mr. Gallup in what manner those documents are coming over so I can watch for them.
Jen, if you give me, Deanne's going to send it to you, but I'll send you a copy as well. I'll give you email. it's a link, it's so large.
Okay, so they're going to come by email, not through M-File.
Correct.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I want you to listen. Here's what you asked for. Did I order them to produce
Yes.
any communications or emails between you, between plaintiff and management, referencing issues at defendant's unit? Did you supply her with any inter-office communication between employees of Concord, whether it's Ms. Turner or otherwise, and say maintenance workers or anybody else? Did you supply her with all of those?
Everything we had, we provided, Your Honor, and we provided labor rate count, everything we had. If we didn't have it, we had them sign an affidavit as to why. Either we just didn't have it, we couldn't find it. So everything we
Okay.
provided.
Do you have any reason to dispute that? Tell me if you do.
I do because,
You think they're lying under oath, that they're telling me something under oath that could get them in massive trouble?
I just feel like there would be more considering that I have a pattern.
Considering that you have a what?
Well, that they allege that I had a pattern of behavior, I would have discussions or this, all of it's redacted.
How about this? Any reports or documentation relating to mold at your unit, did you receive those? Did you provide those?
You agree with the judge? Yes. Yes, you did get those.
See, when you tell me no, when I find out yes, and we have this hearing, I'm gonna hit you with sanctions, ma'am.
No, but yes, Your Honor, he did, but what I'm asking for is about the mold, the conversations about the mold regarding my,
You asked for reports
yes,
or documentation.
right.
You didn't ask them to reiterate verbal communications that they might have had with you. You asked them
Yeah.
to provide you with reports or documentation. They did do that.
Yeah.
Meeting minutes discussing the defendant's unit. Did you provide them with all of that?
All meeting minutes that were relevant to her unit. Yes, Judge.
Any reason to dispute that?
Yeah.
Okay, tell them.
Well, I dispute that because, like I said, the meeting minutes should have provided more than what I was
I
provided.
don't know why you
It
guys
was redacted.
thought to redact all that. You act like you got classified government documents over there.
Judge, with all due respect, this has to do with private member information that we're not going to give here. We've also offered, Your Honor, we've got copies of the unredacted version that if Your Honor,
I will,
I have on me, obviously, but if you need them, I've had them provide them to me so you can look them in camera. We're not going to give them to her personal information about other people. These are executive meeting minutes that it's just as important that her privacy be protected.
okay, good. Let me move on.
The,
Any member complaint logs records regarding defendant's unit since she has resided there. Did you give her those?
Everything Hope could find, she has provided her. Correct, Ms. Turner?
Did you receive some of those?
I didn't give any type of disciplinary record.
They didn't say, you didn't say disciplinary. You said any member complaint logs / records regarding defendant's unit since she has resided there. I presume that you're asking for them to supply you with other member of the co-op's complaints, other members of the co-op's complaints about you, loud music, dogs, who cares, right?
Right.
Did they send you what they had?
Yes,
Okay,
they said, yeah,
so you got,
yes.
and then any documentation or communication between board and or management regarding the mailbox being placed in the boardrooms. Did you provide that?
There wasn't anything here.
Did she sign an affidavit to that
That
effect?
was all part of the affidavit. Ms. Turner's here as well today, testify if necessary. There was never a meeting about this. We're not sure where she came up with this.
Man, do you have a basis to believe that there was,
Yes, because there was a meeting.
do you have any reason to believe that they're lying if Ms. Turner's telling us in an affidavit that they don't have documentation or communications between the board and or management regarding the mailbox being placed in the boardroom?
Well, yes,
You do?
yes, I do.
Do you have a document that you have?
That's what I'm trying to get is our.
Well, why do you have reason to believe? I have an affidavit apparently telling me that there are no such communications. Why are you so certain that they have them? They can't produce something they don't have. You realize that, right? Okay, so why are you insisting that they have something?
Because the board president at the time called a formal meeting and it was conducted as of like Robert's rules. And we did that so there could be a formal record.
Oh, so you met with them? You met with them?
Yes, when all this billing was going on.
I'm talking about the boardroom, the mailbox of the boardroom. You met?
That's how that came about in that meeting.
I don't know. Do you know anything about that, Ms. Turner?
Yes, Your Honor. So Ms. Mount requested a meeting with the board of directors and she had more than one. The only time the board keeps minutes on a meeting like that with an individual member is if there's action items. There was no action items and nothing voted on in those meetings. Therefore, there is no minutes to verify to her for those meetings.
So you're telling the court, and you have an affidavit to this effect, I assume, from Mr. Gallup's comments here. You don't have any documentation or communications between the board or management regarding any mailbox being placed in the boardrooms.
No, Your Honor. The reason the mailbox was in there is because we had the boardroom built and the board wanted a mailbox outside of the office for them to access. That's why the mailbox was installed.
So this is now that I've gone through this, I don't know what they haven't given you. And you wrote this motion like they hadn't supplied anything. You attached all those board minute meetings, minutes of board meetings that were redacted, I thought, to.
If that's all we were given, Your Honor, I would have felt the same way, but you weren't given the full picture.
What am I going to do with you guys?
First and foremost, Your Honor, we have a motion that we want this harassment to stop. If she wants to fight, that's what we have the courts for. We can have our trial in January. We still want to try and resolve it if we can, but it doesn't seem like she wants to try it. We are abiding by the court rule. You did everything that you could to try and help her with the discovery process. We went through, I took copious notes and drafted the order myself. Ms. Hope spent, I don't even know how many hours. Ms. Hope, sure, how much time did you spend on putting together that discovery for Ms. Mel?
2 days.
You know, and I didn't even give it much thought. I was just trying to help you along here with your discovery, Ms. Mount. I really was. And you want to insist that there's a conspiracy going, and I don't have any evidence to suggest that they did not comply with the court's order. Now, if they start filing false affidavits, I think Mr. Gallup knows me well enough to know. And Mr. Gallup is an officer of the court, so I know, would not be doing that. They know I'm not going to take that kind if I find that out. They know that. He knows that. Anybody who knows me knows that. You got to stop with the inundating discovery requests and the accusations that everything's a lie here. I'm not saying there aren't credibility issues. You may be right on some of this. But you're getting advice from somebody that maybe shouldn't be giving you advice, or you're going on and pulling out pleadings on computers. You did make it sound like they hadn't complied with the court's order at all. And I was ready to give it to him, to be honest with you. You made it sound like they just had not complied with the court's order. Right? And now as we go through all of this, what's that?
That was not my
What
intention.
was your intention?
Here to get proper records of meetings that we had. If there was improper, and this is what we're allowed to do as a member. We're entitled to these records. I don't know why they're here. This is why we're here. It's all the records.
She specifically signed on her pleading that we had not provided any of the items that you just went through line by line asking her business.
See,
So don't tell me this.
That is a misrepresentation to the court.
it is. It is. You just acknowledge that they provided you with these.
Okay.
I don't understand the big secret about the board minute meetings, though, Mr. Gallup.
It has to do with somebody else in executive session about other people's business. So
Okay, so they did provide stuff. Well, that's kind of a big deal. You just represented the court that they didn't.
it becomes who's delinquent, if there's other people's units of complaints about that, has nothing to do with her. There's no relevance to her case or anybody else.
All right.
And we're providing our residents the same
You
protection.
guys give me unredacted copies. I will look. I'll do an in-camera inspection. You're coming back here, or you can appear by Zoom. But, ma'am, you are dangerously close to having me sanction you. Well, you can't just make accusations and bring motions, and you did say that.
I have reason to believe there are more.
That's okay. I had reason to believe a lot of things in my life that didn't happen that way. It's just the way it is. You have no proof that they're committing a fraud or perjury or anything else. Just don't know how to handle this. I'm not doing a very good job. I probably need to sanction you. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm going to look at the rest of these documents. Mr. Mann, I'm going to look at these documents that he's providing. I've only got about 250 pages for my reading pleasure here. I'll read those. And, you can, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I don't want you to have to keep coming back on this either, counsel. I mean, I really don't.
Well, with all what we have, we're here today, as a result of what we have in front of you, the items that we provided that she didn't disclose to the court, but we had in fact done so. So we will get you unredacted minutes. We ask that be held, obviously under seal in your office, Your Honor.
Of course.
The last time we had the same issue again, Your Honor, she filed all those 17 motions before, and you warned her before if she goes off.
I know. Well, I'm not saying, I'm not going to say sure.
I'd like the court to at least reserve
I am.
sanctions,
I am.
fees.
I am.
See what we have. Right.
And I'll take these. You're going to give me your unredacted minutes, and I'll set it for another hearing, and I may very well sanction you, ma'am. So you did make it sound. Look at all these documents. If they didn't give you these documents, you tell me. Have you seen?
No, they didn't.
They did? Well, then why'd you make it sound like they didn't? This has got to be, I embellished. It's got to be 90 or 100 pages here.
I just feel like if there was a lot of issues as stated, there would be record of that.
You got 90 pages.
And there's none that say I'm stalking or all these other.
Well, then they're not going to, if they're not providing documents to you, and now it comes out that there were documents that they didn't provide to you, I'm not going to let them use them at trial.
I can tell you, officer of the court, what you have right there, Your Honor, is exactly what was provided to her. It was a hyperlink that you were provided, and she specifically said, her pleading, we hadn't provided any of those things. This is exactly what was provided to her.
All right, let's just do this. Jennifer, I don't even know where the register is on that case. Would you just make a
Yes.
note that I'm putting this over? And what day do you guys want to come back here? And you're going to drop off the unredacted minutes to me. Well, you can send them right to Jennifer on M-File. And make sure you delineate those, that these are for an in-camera inspection. What day are we going to have them back here, Jen?
Judge, trial is November 27th. So do you want December 15th?
No, it's trials in January.
No,
Or
try-
January, excuse me, January 27th. Do you want to do December 15th?
no, I want to do earlier than that. I don't need
Okay.
that one.
We're going to file that summary disposition motion, Judge.
Yeah. So I'm going to only give.
December 1st?
I can read this at Thanksgiving. So give me a date
December
right
1st?
after. What's that?
December 1st?
December 1st would be perfect. Write that on the
10:30?
register, please. At what time?
Yeah, no problem. 10:30.
At
And that's going
10:30.
to be a continuation of the motions.
Correct.
Okay.
Zoom.
But the order, I want striking her interrogatories and request to admit, and you are limited in indicating that she can refile them, but you're limited to 20 interrogatories and 30 requests for admissions. And that does not include subparts. You can't have a question and have 22 subparts. You understand?
Yep.
All right,
And you said 30 admission.
correct. Max,
Your Honor, we are on some hard deadlines here because
I'll probably end up adjourning the trial.
because we're going to want to file this positive motion.
I got it.
So, because we have to file our SD motion by the.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
That's or at least an extension on that.
I will.
So we
But we'll work it out. You guys come back on December 1. But
via Zoom or
I don't care.
because they co-ops and costs, they spent thousands of dollars.
That's fine. Zoom's fine. You can appear by Zoom too if you want, or you can come in person. Paul J. Schwab versus,
I'm sorry, you said you were serving the issue of sanctions.
yes, and you can put that right in the order.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Irene, Paul J. Schwab versus,
That was more fun than I thought it would be. Don't worry. Wait, where are we here? We're headed out to Thurston. Let's do it.
So Mr. Nelson, you can come on the Zoom call with your clients, and then Ms. is it Kazmarek? Am I saying that correctly? Mr. Mead, you come on up and take a seat right there. I need to see Ms. Kazmarek on Zoom there. She needs to come on camera. Okay. Before we get started, hang on just a second. So before we start, I want to read, you're all here. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3 cases where both parties are present. And you've asked for a harassment order of some kind. Definition of harassment is a knowing and willful course of conduct directed at a specific person that seriously alarms, annoys, harasses, or is detrimental to such person and would serve no legitimate comments directed to me. Don't speak over the other party. Don't interrupt the other party. All of these cases are highly emotional. You're going to hear things you disagree with. You're going to hear things that you don't like. I'll give you an opportunity to respond, but I don't want any interruptions of any other party or interrupting myself. Mr. Mead, you're here by yourself. Ms. Kazmarek, the respondent in this case, is represented by an attorney. He will have, I'm going to swear you in first. I'll hear from you first. He'll have the ability to cross-examine you if he wishes to do so. And so when I hear from Ms. Kazmarek, if you have any questions you wish to ask her, you can direct them, you come through me, and then I'll direct them to her. And then we'll go from there. From my understanding, from reading the pleadings, you could correct me if I'm wrong. And Ms. Kazmarek, she's the grandmother of your child, on the maternal grandmother of your child. Is that correct?
Yes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And so, and then I guess a follow-up question is this, would granting or this order, would this have an effect on any parenting plan that's in place? Because if it does, then this is going to need to go to Superior Court and not here. And I understand there's some issues with the child in terms of, again, what I'm reading, which is just one side of the story. I'll get the other side in a minute. But, and I guess that's my question. And Mr. Nelson, do you have any thought? And then I'll hear from you on that, whether or not this affects a parenting plan or not. And then, is there a parenting plan in place?
There's a parenting plan in place.
Okay, and then the mother, you're the primary custodial parent?
So, the mother of my child is, so we're kind of in a parenting plan, so
Right.
it's not really set yet, but she has her as of right now.
All right, and then do you have scheduled visitations?
I do.
Okay, and that's kind of what this is, all right. And so, Mr. Kashmarek, do you want to weigh in on that issue? Whether or not this should be in family court or can be decided here? And I don't know whether you represent any of them in family court or whether they're represented at all there.
You mean Counsel Nelson, or do you want my client to answer?
No, I want you to answer. I want you to know if you have an opinion on it.
They will affect the parenting plan. They have a temporary family law order in place. It was just modified, I believe, for the second or third time. He has overnights, I believe, or 4 hours on Saturday to Sunday. Originally, it was 4 hours just on Saturday.
I see.
They are embarked upon the trial setting calendar. It is set for April. They just got a case manager assigned to them. And I do not represent the parties currently for the family law case.
Going to swear in Mr. Mead. I'll hear from him. And then I see you have a number of people with you. Are they witnesses? Or are they just here for your support or what exactly?
Witnesses.
What I want witnesses is to what has been seen by between you and Ms. Kashmarek, not things they've been told, not things that I've heard, and I don't want her to go up there and badmouth her. If they've seen incidents that occurred, then I'll hear from them. If not, then I don't need to, basically. So with that, could you raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. And then how is it that you need an order against Ms. And again, I want to make sure I'm saying that. Is it Kashmarek? Kashmarek?
Yes, it's Kachmarek. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Kachmarek. Mr. Mead, I'll hear from you. How is it you need an order against Ms. Kachmarek?
If I may say first, Your Honor, before we begin with the merits, I do have a preliminary issue. Respondent's declaration was not filed until Friday, November 14th at 2:35, which is less than one business day before the hearing. The court's 1 week evidence rule requires all evidence to be filed at least 7 days in advance. I respectfully request that the court strike the declaration, the fee request, and any other late evidence. If the court denies that request, I ask for 1 full or 2 weeks to review and respond to the declaration or the things that were put in.
Give me a minute. Because it just made it into the file. It looks like that was just put in the file this morning at 8:35. So I haven't seen it. And so, but frankly, my remedy in these sorts of situations is to take the second approach that you said. If you haven't a chance to respond and I haven't read it, we can reset this for 2 weeks and I won't impose, again, for the cost of I'll reserve the issue of attorney's fees in general, but if there's any cost to attorney's fees in setting this over, that certainly will not be imposed. But that's what I'm going to do because I don't like pretending that I haven't seen something that is actually there. You know what I mean? And so, but you're correct. You have you're right in the sense that you have a right to look at it and respond to it, and to be dropped on you. Again, I'm looking at it for the first time right now. It just made it into the file at 8:36 this morning. Which sometimes happens. It might come in on Friday and it might not make it into the file the next day. So I typically look at these things in advance when it's not, as we had earlier today, there was a service file that I didn't see yet just because I'd looked at it before. So what I would do then is reset this for 2 weeks, and then there's a temporary in place. Do you hear all that there, Mr. Nelson?
Yeah, we'd only request that it be set with Commissioner Rue in Superior Court because the parties are so intimately close to that case with the commissioner, and there is the fact that there is a parenting plan in place. So if the petitioner would like to preclude that the restraints include the child, then we would be inclined to keep it in district court. But if not, then we would request that it be sent to Superior Court with Commissioner Rue. She's been the directed commissioner handling that case.
that kind of was my question in the first place. I mean, you had said that, well, I thought I heard you say, and again, should this be handled in Superior Court? Does that have an effect on the parenting plan? Mr. Mead said no. I asked you, I thought I heard you say no too.
No,
Now you're saying yes?
there is a parenting plan case. I told you what the schedule is. And I didn't know if you were asking us to make a decision as to whether it should stay in district court or not, or whether that there is a parenting
But
plan.
I get to make that decision. I'm asking you if the grant, my question was, I thought it was, is the granting in this order have an effect on a parenting plan for currently in place? And if the answer to that's yes, then it needs to go to Superior Court. If the answer to that's no, then it stays here. And so I remember what you said, but maybe I didn't phrase my question correctly, but that's where I'm at.
It does, because
Are you saying yes, now it would have an effect on a parenting plan?
it does, because it encompasses the granddaughter and Tace, and my client lives with her daughter Grace, who has primary active currently.
Later, so I can email them with the information.
Okay, so here's what's going to hear from today. Then normally we can I'm going to set this. I'm just going to reset this right now for 2 weeks from today. And then in the meantime, that may that'll keep the temporary in place. And then in the meantime, if we track down a court date, because there's kind of a process you'd have to go through to do that to Superior Court, it may get transferred to Superior Court at a later time. But for right now, we'll set this on what's 2 weeks from today? That December 1st. At 9 a.m. And then if it does get, we all have emails for everybody. Emails will get sent to everybody about the transfer, but the order will remain in place. All right.
Can I say something more?
Can you say something? Yes.
So December 1st, I actually have a court date.
In
That's over at the Superior Family Court.
Okay.
So that wouldn't work.
Well, it might work if it get transferred there, then you can handle everything at once.
I do have another question on that. So
Okay.
I had originally tried to do a protection order over there. They
Right.
had told
And
me
they
to
told you
bring
to
it here.
come here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that happens. And we're sending it back. And so that they sometimes it's unfortunate. I don't like it, and litigants don't like it, but sometimes on these anti-harassment petitions, I guess legal ping pong might be the way to approach it. It's like, well, it's not ours. Let's dump this to district court. That's why I was asking that in the first place. Take a hard look as to whether or not this affects a parenting plan, which I kind of think it would, just based on my reading, again, on what I've read, and I haven't read her side of it. Right. Right. But right now we're going to we'll set it for December 1st, and it'll depend on what they say. But just keep an eye on your email, and then that'll get, and I will say, it makes sense actually for all this to be heard. One of the reasons by one court and one judge. And so then, because, sometimes you get orders that are in conflict, and then one order would prevent, well, if I have to follow this order, then that prevents me from doing something I'm allowed to do in a different case. That's why they want everything in these sorts of cases. They all want everything to be handled at the same. Does that make sense? Even if it's kind of a pain, you have to come back. I get all that, but that's why we want to do it that way. And frankly, if you want my completely frank opinion, it should have stayed in Superior Court when you initially tried to file there, in my opinion. But take my opinion for what it's worth. And so we'll make you a copy of this, but the temporary, I can tell everybody, the temporary is still in place. And so.
I think my client has a question.
Sure.
Your Honor, as this is causing me to be displaced from my home, which is where the child that is being protected also resides, am I
That's one of the main reasons why we submitted late and didn't request a continuance, because I have a late appearance, notice of appearance, because of the fact that it's displacing her. The petitioners, where they had a baby together, she lives with my client. So with the parenting plan majoritively being with Grace, it does affect my client.
The temporary order doesn't address the child. I'm not sure why she thinks that.
Pretty sure it's listed as he lists the child in there, and we were told that because the child is.
But I don't know what's on the petition. But the child is there, but then it usually says.
Yeah.
The protected person, and then there's a box that says minors named in section 3 above, and that box is not checked.
I'm pretty sure that my client called and asked about that previously, and they said that merely because the petitioner put the child on there, it's implied. And when it comes down to an instance of whether that implication exists because the police decide to show up due to a violation, I'm not really sure if I want to risk my client getting arrested for that.
Your Honor, may I speak?
No. Not right now, but you will in a minute. Well, the only thing I would do was, if I were to do that, is uncheck the boxes. That if the boxes were checked, then I could do an order that removes those boxes, and that's all I would do anyway. And so right now, as I read the order, the child's not part of the order. And so, ma'am, you wanted to say something? Go ahead. You can now.
I just want to know if I can go home.
Again, my reading of the order does not include the child.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And that's it for today. We can give you a copy of this in just a moment. Well, they got, you're free to go. And then keep an eye on your email in case any of this stuff changes.
Absolutely.
You can go ahead and go. And Ms. Ketchmarek, Mr. Nelson, you both are free to go also.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's about to
And
get worse.
Mr. Kalich, you come on up. Come on up and take a seat. Call your case up here.
Wait, is that case up today? I didn't do this intentionally, but I just get on this
Thank you
call
for
every
being
week.
here, first of all. Second thing, when we met last time, which I believe was a week ago, either a week or 2 weeks ago, I'm just going to be upfront with you, and that I appreciate that you've dressed for.
Oh, this is Weaver. The Dream Weaver. Who knew? You know, I'm gonna need a theme song for for the civil protection call in Thurston on Monday, because it's just a train wreck every time.
You, in my view, engaged in a lot of inappropriate behavior on the Zoom call, and I just want to say at the outside that that's not going to be acceptable here today. Do you understand that?
I understand that, Your Honor. May I apologize?
You may.
Decorum in your courtroom last time.
I appreciate that.
Completely out of line, and I apologize.
Thank you. And so, let's talk about the order then. So you've heard what I've said before about what unlawful harassment is. I'm going to swear in Ms. Weaver, who I think was speaking last time, and then I'll hear from.
Just on a side note, I did it over the weekend, so a lot of people didn't see it. But if you missed the Beaver from Thunderdome song, let me tell you, it's fantastic. I would say go check out that video and just watch the song.
Yeah, Ms. Weaver, there's other people there with her, but she's the only named petitioner. And then after that, I'll hear from you. And then, so Ms. Weaver, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. And so if I remember right, and I encourage everyone to correct me if I'm wrong, he's done work for you in the past, and then is that kind of how this all started in terms of payment and all of that, or what exactly? How is it you need an order against Mr. Kalich?
Mr. Kalich, unprovoked, started sending hundreds of irrational and disturbing text messages to a thread that he created to me and to several of my family members on that thread.
Okay. And then what's this all about?
I'm not sure.
Well, from your perspective, you must have some idea. I hear all kinds, I hear neighbors getting fights with each other, domestic relations, which we saw earlier. And so I assume that this just didn't happen out of the blue. And so that he's not a stranger to you prior to all this.
No.
And so talk to me about that.
He had acted in good faith, and my understanding is that this is not the first occasion that he's targeted someone with these kinds of text messages. And I think the trigger possibly was alcohol and possibly some drug involvement. I'm not sure. But this is not normal behavior for what my experience was with Mr. Kalich.
Okay. And then how long have you known him?
Maybe 3 months.
Okay. And then did he do work for you at some point, or?
He had done some work for our local nonprofit, and also for my parents and my sister. And
Okay.
I had him working on a rental of mine.
Okay. And then how did that go? Or was that
Fantastic.
okay? And then has all this stopped?
The work is stopped.
When the order was entered, it stopped? Okay.
What did
So,
did the text stop?
What, I'm sorry?
I don't understand. Did the work stop or did the text?
No. The harassment. We're here for a harassment petition. So
Okay. So after about 16 hours of constant barrage of texting, I blocked.
I saw all them there, and I'm going to talk to him about them in a minute.
Okay. I blocked.
But go ahead. Continue on.
After about 16 hours, I blocked the text thread myself.
Okay. And then, let me hear from Mr. Kalich, and then I'll come back to you in a moment. Or actually, Mr. Weaver, is that Mr. Weaver behind you?
It is.
Okay, and so Mr. Weaver, I'll have you raise your right hand. He has two separate cases here with two orders. And do you swear and affirm the information testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. And now, how is it that you need an order against? And Ms. Sims talked about the text. The texts are in the file, which I've read, and I'm going to talk to Mr. Kalich about it in a minute. What's your position on an order? Why do you need one?
Well, my main I became very concerned when the text started talking about raping and killing a 13-year-old daughter of one of our tenants, and that really was of concern to me because we had him working on rentals and going in and out of rentals and things, and it just didn't. It seemed like very not normal situation when he starts talking about us sending him in to a rental to work, which was not true. He was supposed to be replacing a faucet outside of the rental, and the tenant evidently invited him in to look at a plumbing problem she had. And that, as you can see by the transcript to the text, it was very concerning to me that he starts talking about raping and killing a 13-year-old girl. And that, I think, is not appropriate and alarming to me.
Let me hear from Mr. Kalich. And so, Mr. Kalich, could you raise your right hand? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. So I have them up to me. You know, I kind of agree with Mr. Weaver there. These are some disturbing texts that anyone would be bothered to receive, I would think. So what's your response on their request for an order? And they said an order is appropriate, or you're not objecting, and then I can enter one, or do you think that no, we don't need an order? Or I just want your perspective on all this.
First of all, I have no need to contact the Weavers anymore, because the only reason there's in the body of the text, if you've read them, you can see there's several reasons why I was reaching out to the Weavers. One of them was their alcoholic daughter.
Well, that's their business.
Correct, but I talked to the sheriff, and the sheriff said I should act on it. And I was trying to get them to respond so that they would say they're going to take accountability for Shanna going to the soccer game and driving her kids home. So I would not have to call the sheriff or on them, because the sheriff did recommend I call the sheriff on Shanna on Wednesday night. And those texts were prior to that, leading up to Wednesday night, when I would have had to call the sheriff. Also, I was upset because Diane, who is in the background there and could be sworn in if she wants to talk about it. Excuse me, not Diane, but Donna. I was upset because she did actually fire me in writing, saying that because of me only texting Donna personally, said that I was unsafe around the customers, which I never have been. Fired me in writing, and then sent me to go and take care of the rest of the items. And what Gene said is not true. That the only thing I did talk to him about was the faucet, because I needed to talk to him about what to do. But I was directed by Donna verbally, and she can testify to this, to go and finish the projects I was currently on. And I told Donna at that time, that morning, I said, Donna, if you did not trust me, you would not send me to your projects. And so I had permission from the renter. I had Donna's direct permission to go, she didn't say go to the house. She said, do the rest of the items, which included going into the house. I had the keys to the house. And so if I had, and then the daughter was sleeping, the 13-year-old daughter. So I knocked on the door and no response. So I had authorization from the customer and from Donna to go in with my key and take care of the items on. And if I had somehow saw that daughter say naked or something, I would have been in a terrible legal situation. And I was trying to emphasize to the Weavers that they put themselves in a terrible legal situation because of what Donna did by putting in writing I was unsafe around our customers, and it verbally directs me to go into the house with the customer when I had permission from the customer, when there was a 13-year-old sleeping daughter. I don't need to go on in that. You get the idea. So I was incensed because of them putting me in that terrible legal situation. I was trying to tell them how stupid it was to let Donna put me in themselves in that terrible legal situation. And I was trying to emphasize to them that they should change the locks that night on the door which is the only thing to do, because I had given my key back to the customer, but they don't know that. They don't know that I hadn't made a copy, or anybody else for that matter. There's other people that had keys to that property. And so if they're going to fire me for being unsafe around their customer, they better follow up and change the locks. And I'd like you to ask them if they even changed the locks that night. And I guarantee you they didn't. All they did was they notified the customer, and the customer told them that I was a perfect contractor and had never done anything remotely questionable and did perfect work for her. And they did not change the locks that night because they don't have a carpenter to do it. Simply, and did not take the right. I mean, should have hired a locksmith that night. So that I was trying to emphasize those things to them in a very brutal way.
Yeah, we can agree with that.
And the only remotely threatening thing is a hypothetical, which is if something had happened that night, they would have been responsible. They would have been at fault, which is true.
Well, it doesn't, so here's where I'm at. Where you folks, you live in Elma? You from Elma?
I'm sorry, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Regarding the order itself? So I have no need to talk to them, but the thing is, I honestly think that when they come to their senses, they're going to realize I was trying to act in their best interest. I did it in not a very gracious way,
right?
But I am actually a good carpenter, and I think I'm going to be working for them within a couple of weeks because they're going to come to the senses and they need the work done, and they know I can do the work for them, and they're already paying me. And apparently paying me. And I'll tell you, one more thing.
Okay, yeah.
This has actually destroyed me in business. It's literally put me out of business because all of my insurance, bond, everything came due at October 31st, and I was expecting this money, which would have taken care of it. But because of this whole restraining order that Donna filed in the first place, I couldn't contact even Gene and Diane about it, but I only did contact them because my truck broke. So now I've lost my bond, lost my insurance, lost my license. My truck is broken, so I can't work. And so, I mean, I'll hopefully get that taken care of because they said they are going to pay me. But I just think personally, I think I would like compensatory damages on my side because this feels like harassment for me trying to do them good in a very rude way, I guess.
Well,
and plus one more thing, they could have blocked me at any time, So it's like, do you not know how to block people?
Well, they might not actually, and I don't know whether they
somebody
do or they
has
don't.
to in that family. I mean, I've texted 5 of them. Somebody has to be tech savvy. There's younger ones there. I know Donna could figure it out.
Okay, so did you have anything else? Are you good?
I guess
Okay, I want to make sure that you, and then so Ms. I mean, what is the financial situation right now? He says he's entitled to some additional compensation. Do you agree, disagree with that?
I paid him.
You paid him?
Mhm.
Okay.
To be clear, she's paid me, apparently held out court fees or whatever, which, like I said, I think I'm entitled to everything and some compensation for this harassment is what it feels like.
Okay. So, Mr. Kalich, so I've reviewed I listened to your testimony. I've listened to Mr. Weaver and Ms. Sims' testimony. And I guess I'm going to start by saying, I read the definition of harassment. Something does not need to be threatening to be harassing. I reviewed, and there's tons of emails here, which are, hang on just a minute.
Okay.
And so here that, and again, that are very, they're just relentless.
Yeah,
and that they
addressed
come
that,
through.
the
Hang on,
definition.
let me finish, please. Starting at 7:13 p.m., 7:14, 3 at 7:14, 7:15, 7:19, 7:20, 7:21, 7:22, 7:23, 7:30, 7:31, 7:32, 7:30. I mean, just relentless. And to say, well, they should have blocked me. That's, you can't, for lack of a better turn of phrase. I mean, this is your activity. You're kind of blaming, they should have stopped me. And so, I do find that I look through the harassments, which I'm not going to read them, but they're quite insulting and demeaning. And, we can argue whether or not they're threatening to them or saying some things are disturbing. But, and again, on the 14th, it starts at 12:10 a.m. It just keeps going. And at one point you call them, dumbasses, for lack of a better term. They're saying F you to Shanna, F you, Diane. And then, all kinds of F words all over the place. And it's not a defense to something of that sort to say, well, you should have stopped me from doing that. And so I am going to find that those texts are harassing. And then basically, if you don't have a relationship with them now, and you live in a different county from where they live, I think, it should just be easy just to, they're just not a part of your life right now, and you're just not to contact them. And if, as you said, that I'm not sure I agree with you based on, perhaps I'm incorrectly reading the room. I'm not sure that they would be enthusiastic about hiring you. I don't know that, but if they do want to, they can ask to rescind this no contact order and go back to ground zero, because apparently they did like the work you did, but no one should have to put up with a string of texts like that. I don't think. Go ahead. Now, you wanted to say something. I'll let you do that now.
The only thing is you're misunderstanding my argument. So first of all, I'm going to stop you, but I'll let you continue. But I'm going to say, I don't misunderstand it. I do understand it. I'm just not agreeing with it, but go ahead. As you put my argument, you're saying that my defense is simply that they could have blocked me.
No, that's not. You're completely, you said that. And I don't think that's true, but I think your other defense is that I thought that you were trying to help them. And, but I think that's the tenor of these texts is not helpful. So, I mean, yes, you did say that. I did address that, but that's not the whole reason why I'm doing this, but go ahead.
Because what I was trying to do is achieve a good purpose, which is also in the statute, and several good purposes. I was trying to get them to change the locks that night. I was trying to get them to address Shanna's alcoholism that night and have promised me that they would do that so I didn't have to call the sheriff on them. And I had a deadline by Wednesday when I don't think she actually did show up for soccer practice. Now I think about it.
Oh, shut up. You're not Mother Teresa. You were an a-hole. That's all there is to it.
She's probably out of town. However, I thought at the time she was going to. So all of these were good purposes. They had a timeline where I wanted some sort of response so that I could quit harassing them, as they say, and get their, some sort of response. And the thing about, I did accomplish, I also think I was trying to bring it to their attention how silly they were in their hiring practices for carpenters, because they just happened to get a good one, but they didn't vet me at all, including a state patrol report or anything. And so I was trying to get them to rethink about their whole hiring practice if they did hire another carpenter, and their communication process about.
Okay, finally, you made a good point. They didn't vet you well because you're a flaming a-hole, and you proved it in court, and you're proving it right now. I don't see how you think this helps your case.
Renters and putting renters at risk when nobody knows what's going on. And I accomplished all those ends through those texts because I guarantee they changed their behavior already about that. So I do think I accomplished a good end with those texts, albeit in a brutal way.
Okay.
So I don't need to talk to the Weavers, but I just think it's frivolous and it's harassment for them to bring it to me. And I do think you should compensate me for this lack of payment through this time, because it's cost me, it's probably $5,000.
Which is number one, wrong.
It's going to set me back from this whole, because Donna couldn't take criticism in the first place and then blew the whole thing up. I think it's just crazy.
Okay, well, everyone else thinks you're crazy.
And if you do read, I mean, that statute definitely says accomplishing a good end. And I think I was verified by the sheriff. I was trying to accomplish a good end. Even just limit it to the drinking and driving drunk as kids, which is a practice that I observed and nobody else knew about. Also, I talked to Gene and Donna about Shanna's drinking, and they both responded, "Oh yeah, we've known about that. We've known we should do something about that," but they hadn't. And so that's the other reason I was pissed at them that night. Sorry about that.
Okay, so again, I just go.
Plus, the other thing is my pattern of behavior. The only time since I've texted them, since Donna's order, even And any of them was about money. And I did text them one more after that court hearing, and I unlashed at you, and I apologize for it. But I did go to them, and I think I have them. They are blocked now, but it was just about money.
Okay.
And it's just like, pay me my money. So, and then they have paid me my money, but like I said, I don't really care to talk to them. I just think
Okay.
this whole thing is silly, and I think I am the one that should be compensated.
Okay. Well, give me just a second here.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Weaver? Or maybe, no, you're not. Yes, Mr. Weaver.
Yeah. I'd like to address, if I could, we received a text message that that an invoice by text was a legal document, and that we owed him $10,000, and that was the whole extent of the invoicing at that point. Is a text that we just owed him $10,000, period, for the, as I recall, some reference to the pain and suffering we had put him through. But, and also that we owed him $200 that he had loaned to our granddaughter, which I don't see where we became responsible for money that he apparently freely loaned to our granddaughter. And so the delay in payment has been because I have been trying to figure out exactly what he did for the, what the invoice, or a detailed invoice of what he did and where and how much. And we've been trying to sort out what we actually did owe him, and it's considerably less than $10,000 in my opinion.
So I can't make any decisions on who owes who
Right.
what. That's not in front of me. And the only thing in front of me is whether or not an order should be entered. And you wanted to say, I see your hand went up again.
Please. On that note, as a case in point, the whole order precludes communication. We're currently communicating via my brother, who is also the Weavers are his customer in another context, but which would also violate the order. Like, I couldn't even communicate to the Weavers about money through my brother, according to the order, as I understand it. So, I mean, just the whole thing is silly.
Okay,
I don't need to talk to the Weavers except about money. And
Okay, so hang on just a second.
And that's all I need
So
to say.
did his brother works for you? This is news to me. I didn't realize this. Has he done work for you, or what exactly?
Are you asking, I've known.
I'm asking anybody who knows.
Okay, I've known, Dan's brother Ryan for a number of years, and he does home inspections for me.
And we
Okay.
had to do a home inspection on the property that Dan was working on.
And can accept communication from, what's your brother's name?
Brian.
Through, from Daniel through Ryan. So I can put a provision in here from order that
Oh,
third party, just let me finish, please.
Sorry.
Third party contact allowed, where, he's not allowed to contact you directly, but he can talk to Ryan, Ryan can talk to you, and then work out the money that way. Do you have any objection to that?
No objection.
No objection.
So we can do that. So again, and I appreciate while your effort, I understand what your effort saying is. I'm just saying that the manner of these texts go beyond that. And again, I could give all kinds of examples in here where you're incredibly insulting to them and very rude, and it just goes on, and it is continuity.
Can I ask?
And so, hang on, just a minute. Remember what I said about interrupting? I'll give you a chance to respond here in a minute.
I appreciate
And you said, F you Weaver, you effing arrogant dumbasses. F you effing small town royalty, effing bitches, and that's not an effort to help, really. I
I
don't
think it is. I
Well,
really
I don't-
was
I
trying to bring it to their attention
Okay.
how arrogant they were, and I think
So
that
hang
if
on,
I had used, okay, I apologize.
just a second. I've made my decision. I'm not going
All
to
right,
argue
that's
that.
fair.
But you
That's
wanted to,
fair.
you wanted to say something.
No, if you made a decision, then it doesn't matter.
And so, but I am going to put in here, is your brother's last name
Kalish, correct.
Kalich also? Okay.
Ask you.
Give me a minute. Let me get this right. Then you can ask me. Is that Ryan, just Ryan?
Correct.
Kalich, K-A-N. Okay, you had a question. Wait, did you have a question? You said, I did a question. I wanted to finish what I was doing here.
In the order, they asked for the compensation for attorneys for.
I'm not, there's no compensation. I'm
Okay.
not awarding that.
So they are not awarded any
And
compensation.
no
either
fees.
way.
Nope. I'm not. And so, and if you have a financial situation, so the parameters of the order are you're not to contact them directly, no, engage in stalking behavior, don't cause them any harm, don't come within 1,000 feet of their residence, place of employment, or themselves. I did write in there on the contact provision, I said third-party contact from Ryan Kalich is allowed. So if he has this incident, he can tell Ryan, Ryan can tell you that's not a violation of the order. Do you understand that? But if you say something incredibly insulting to Ryan and he passes it on, then we might be back here. Do you understand that? The purpose of that is so that'll conclude the order. We're going to give you copies of the order right now. And then, do they get emailed a copy?
I can email them.
The copy of the orders will get emailed to you folks as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, when we get the copies, you can get copies of it and then you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Don.
You're welcome.
I just sit here.
Just sit here until, you can sit there for a minute. Ms. Is it Ranjit? Am I saying that correctly? You come up there and take a seat there. And Ms. Williamson, which one of you is Ms. Williamson? I apologize. Ms. Prosser, why don't you come up and take a seat there? I need to recalibrate myself here.
Your Honor, are we allowed to record in here?
What's that?
Are we allowed to record
No.
in here? Mr.
You're not.
Ranjit is recording.
Yeah, okay,
both of
thank you.
those.
Yeah, you don't need to record this. Everything is being recorded. That's what the red light means on that recording.
Okay.
If you want a transcript or a copy of the, you can order that,
Okay.
but I'm not going to allow you to record, ma'am.
Okay.
Just watch.
Okay, Ms. Ranjit, raise your right hand, please. As you swear and affirm the information testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. How is it that you need, and first of all, was your name ever Jennifer Williamson?
Never.
Okay, and so let's start there. Why do you think that her name is Williamson? Why the confusion on the names?
Somebody has some type of spyware on my phone and is communicating with me about her and my ex. I don't think that that's important right now.
It is important, actually, to me.
Oh, okay. Well, the military has been communicating with me that there's some people that I'm doing service with and
Starting strong. Hoops and attitude.
Because if someone named Jennifer Williamson is bothering you, and this isn't Jennifer Williamson, to me, that's important.
Well, she's been pretending like she's with my husband Omar and with my ex-boyfriend Tyree Williamson.
So tell me,
trying to
okay,
prevent
so,
me from dating him.
so
much.
let's start from the beginning then. Okay, how is it that you need an order against?
In order because I was staying at my mom's house here on this address, and she had somebody send this paperwork to my house, and this is my husband's last name, and pretty much told me, was implying covertly that I needed to get out of the house. And the
What information do you have hand on
the
paper?
military and the United States National Guard, where I'm homeless and I sleep outside of that gate, is reporting to me that she is using a guardianship and is stalking me, harassing me, pretty much bullying me. I've made numerous police reports. All I want for her is to leave me alone and to stop doing this.
Okay, so
My son told me that he was at her house a couple of years ago, and when I went to go make this report right here, she hurried up and walked past me and my son and told my son not to say anything, that she would kill him. And my son is scared. He's outside, sleep in the parking lot right now. We've been homeless in the car for 12 months. And I recently had to reach out to China off of this online spyware from the military that I have. I've been working closely with Donald Trump, Tulsi Gabbard, and them guys, and I need her to
that explains
stop
it.
stalking me and stop doing the things that she's doing. I've been very gracious
So-
enough not to.
Did you guys-
reported her to the FBI. I've reported her to the military police. I've reported her to Lacey Police Department. Our governor, Bob Ferguson, is aware of what's going on. He is aware. He is very
Bob's in the loop, Judge.
aware. I have China online right now. Bob Ferguson is aware of what's going on. All right. So I don't know who is forcing these guys or anybody to lie on this situation, but we have innocent children who are involved, and I'm not doing anything to her. All I ask is for her to leave me alone and let me live.
She's got China on the phone right now. Can you work us up a pepper steak? Some of those egg rolls? That'd be good.
And I don't care about pressing charges. I just want her to leave me alone. And if she's doing this for my husband, Omar, who is a suspected ISIS member here in Washington in the United States, that has been causing a problem. All I want is a divorce, and I want him and her to leave me alone. It could be so simple, and they're pretty much covertly holding me hostage. And this is like borderline about to start a war in our country. It's ridiculous.
Okay,
And I don't choose to lie about it.
so,
Pretend it is not happening.
do you remember the
Judge Meyer, see what you can do to avoid this war that's about to break out in the United States.
the definition of harassment that I read earlier
Yeah.
about a series? Okay, so hang on just a second. So what are those? Those the things you submitted?
Came to my mom's house in Renton that is currently for sale.
Okay, so is it, hang on just a second. Is this well, did you file that? Is this like the Change Healthcare thing?
Yeah,
that you
I
found?
took copies of it and I filed it. It's a Change Healthcare coming in the name of Jennifer, and it's saying to the parent or legal guardian. So she's been having an affair with my husband, Omar, for the longest time. I'm no longer with him. And supposedly he's not alive, but I think that she possibly helped him fake his death. I really don't care. I just want them to leave me alone, pretty much.
Did you guys used to be friends?
Yeah, we used to be friends.
Okay. And then when did that friendship break up?
Pretty much when I started suspecting that she was having an affair.
How long ago?
My husband admitted that he was sleeping with her in December of 2020.
When was the last time you had any contact with her face to face?
A couple of days ago when I went to her house to apply for or to file a police report. I've been trying to file a
You go to a police report to go to her house to file a
Yeah,
police report?
that's
I
what's
don't
happening
follow
is that
that.
she's connected to Hillary Clinton and Trump and other people as well. This is a military thing, and she's been using her connections to the government to covertly get away with stuff and lie about stuff or whatever. So at this point, you know what I'm saying? We need to avoid this thing escalating to countries outside of the United States. I have literally reached out to people in Mexico, Thailand, China for help because this is like a hostage situation. And if I
This really belongs in The Hague.
cannot get help in my own country, this is not good.
Okay.
Trump is online right now on my phone with China and everybody listening in to
I mean, he might be, but he doesn't know you.
what's going on. And I'm not crazy.
Okay.
I just want help. I just want people to leave me alone and let me live my life. That is my human right.
Okay. I'm going to hear from her for a minute. And then,
I have my driver's license right here that matches this letter. She's saying her name is Jennifer Prosser, or Christensen is her original name that she was born with. My husband's name is Tamam. She's shaking her head yes,
Okay,
saying that
so
she
apparently-
had an affair. I can see her peripheral. She was saying yes.
okay, so ma'am,
Now it's
you need to be
saying
respectful
no.
here.
I'm
Okay, I'll give
trying
you a
to.
chance. Just relax here for a second. Just let me, I am going to hear from her. And then
These
for-
letters came. This is Omar's mom's name.
Okay.
Is Jackie. Her name is Jackie Tobin. And Jennifer's last name that I met her with is Christensen. She supposedly got married during our friendship to somebody named
okay.
Courtney Prosser. But
Well, let me hear from her.
all
Let
right.
me get a
And she's
response from her,
saying
and then I may have some
in the
questions
check that
come
she's
back
gonna
to you.
commit perjury. She just said.
What's that? Well, ma'am, I'm going to hear. I swore you in. I'll hear from you. I'm going to swear her in. I'll hear from her. And then following that, I'll make a decision as to whether or not an order needs to be entered. And so with that, ma'am, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. From your perspective, respectfully, what's this all about?
I believe that Bianca is in a drug-induced psychosis. Her reality is based on very strong false beliefs. She believes that she's in the army, but she is not in the army. She believes that we communicate through microchip, that everybody is microchipped. She believes that I have connections with Hillary Clinton, that I have an illegal guardianship over her. It is impossible to obtain an illegal guardianship as she would have had to have been notified.
Okay, so how do you two know each other?
She was my
No. There are no rules in an illegal and illegal guardianship. That you can. There's no notification. Nothing. It's illegal.
best friend for almost 13 years.
And then when did all this break down?
Before my husband went to prison in 2017.
I see. And then, are you in the military or were you?
I'm not.
Um,
Everything that she is saying is, there is no truth to it. She has no tangible evidence. She,
again, I was going to ask you about that piece.
I can print.
Okay,
off
so
of
ma'am, she didn't interrupt you. And so I'm going to ask you to afford the same.
I mean, he wants to know what we all want to know. Did you hook up with Omar? I'm thinking no. My guess is no. But you know, that's one that you can verify or not right here.
Same courtesy to her while I'm talking, okay?
the letter that she has, it says Jennifer Tamam. That is also not my name and never has been. That is Omar Tamam's name, and he is deceased. He passed away in April of this year.
And who is that? Is that
The father of her kids.
So,
And there is proof of his death certificate. She believes that he faked his death, that I had something to do with it.
Okay, but did you do it? Did you bang it out? Inquiring minds want to know.
That he works alongside ISIS. She believes that the Williamson comes from a guy named Tyree Williamson that she believes that I'm married to. I have not spoken to him in over 10 years. I don't know where he resides. I don't know if you have read the petition, but she has accused me of the same things that she has accused her mom of.
I did read the petition. I don't know what she's accused her mom of.
Not the temporary one, but the packet.
Yeah, no, I read it.
She accused her mom of raping her son Judah at her new home in Fort Orchard, the same that she accused me of. She accused her mom of also being an accomplice to drugging her kids that she accused me of. She said that when she came to my house that I said through the chip that I was going to kill her sons. That never happened. I have the video footage, and so did she, because she videotaped the whole thing.
Okay.
My son is in the car right now.
With padlocks on.
So everybody just again, ma'am, don't interrupt her, please. Don't interrupt her, please.
I feel like this is harassment towards me. She posts countless videos of her whole entire life on Facebook. I didn't get a chance to upload my evidence because I got served just a couple days ago, but her Facebook is filled with posts about me. She just posted yesterday several things about biblical numbers and what does this mean? And Jennifer this, Jennifer that, and Jennifer means Lucifer, and it doesn't even make any sense, sir.
Okay.
There-
So I'll give you the
There's a
final
tattoo
word
on her
here.
hand that says Lily, where I picked up that my husband's death certificate was on Lily Road.
It's my grandmother's name, Lily.
Okay,
G.
so ma'am, again, when she's talking, you don't interrupt, okay? So it's all right. So here,
And
look, ma'am.
I'm
Okay, go
happy
ahead.
to
I'll
bring
give you
my
the final
son in
word here,
if
and then
you
I'll make
accept
it.
this. I'm happy to bring my son in here.
Yeah,
I
well-
have police reports
Okay.
showing that he has an STD in his anal area.
Okay,
All right.
so,
There's a video that is showing my son getting, and my son told me that he was for the first time at Jennifer's house. She told me, and I'm not lying, she told me that my son was when he first got, and that's how it was brought to my attention. And now she's saying that she's not doing this. She can't sit here and tell me that she did not tell me that my son was. She's the one who told me about it.
so ma'am, here's where I'm at with this
And I
here.
bet you she's gonna-
Okay, so, well, here's where I'm at with here, today. I've read the definition of harassment. I've read the course of conduct and so forth. And, I'll be frank with you.
Evidence right there. Where's her evidence, sir?
I'll be frank with you, ma'am. A lot of,
Full
okay, so
police
ma'am, can you,
FBI report.
okay. So listen to me for a
I
moment.
need this protection.
Okay.
It's just 1 year. I need a protection order for her to leave me alone. Why would I come in here and commit perjury? Why would I do that? I
So-
would not do that. I need a protection order from her. It's not like she's going to jail. It's just you saying that she needs to leave me alone. That's it for 1 year. I get my taxes and I'm out of here. I'm leaving the state. There's a guardianship. I need that protection order so I can go and file it with the courts and get that guardianship terminated.
So here's where I'm at, ma'am. Okay. And so when you're the petitioner, you have any petitioner or any plaintiff in a lawsuit, they have a responsibility, to prove what they're claiming by a preponderance of the evidence, or is it more likely than not? And in criminal cases, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. I did, well, it's filed. I looked at it.
Look at this with me seeing that you viewed it, please.
What's that? No.
I don't know. In this context, I don't know.
Okay, you can go ahead and hand it to me.
She's a criminal defendant, maybe. It depends. But like right now, this is just civil protection order.
The driver's, that's fine.
Verify the address on her.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead, ma'am. I'll give this back to you.
And these are all of some of the police reports, not
Okay.
including the FBI reports.
So you can take that back.
Literally next to the National Guard.
Okay, so you can go back and sit down,
If I'm
please,
not a
ma'am.
part of the military, how do I have on real military pants?
Ma'am, I'm gonna have, can you go back and sit down at the table, please?
All right. Here's my police reports.
Okay, those aren't
Some of
police
them.
reports, those are cards with numbers on them, so they're not
These are the two officers that she.
Okay,
threatened.
and that's fine, but I don't have any police reports. Will you please go back and sit at the table? Thank you. Give me just a moment.
Bet she's fun. I mean, the cheese is off the cracker all the way.
So again, so ma'am, I'm gonna try again here. And when, again, as I've said before, when you're the petitioner or whether you're plaintiff in any lawsuit, you have a responsibility to show through evidence. Now, I don't have any doubt that you believe what you're telling me. But it hasn't been, I have to look at things from like an objective, high level, and rely on, an evidence. And I'll be frank with you, and that the things that I'm seeing, and you can disagree with it. I have people disagree with what I do in here, every day, and that's fine. But the evidence that you have presented, it looks to me like there's something from a healthcare agency of some sort, which basically gives you notice of a data breach, and it says to the parent of legal. Okay, so ma'am, will you?
All of those.
Okay.
With all of those.
Can you please let me finish? Okay,
Put me in danger and deny.
I am going to deny your request. That's true.
You guys just
And
had all of these people in here before discussing our case in third person with this lawyer here and everybody else. All those things that were being discussed was stuff that's going on about my case, and that she was on the phone text messaging you guys and all this stuff. And now you're sitting here saying that you're going to deny, knowing that you guys are lying right now.
Okay. I'm not lying. Because I'm not saying anything factual about what happened. What I'm saying is that based on what's been presented, I don't find that a legal basis has been shown where I can grant an order here. So basically, I've reviewed what you have submitted.
You granted order, and you have police reports. I have gotten plenty of protection orders granted with police reports. I'm going to appeal this, and I'm going to submit the police report showing that my son was. He has an STD, and I can submit videos of my son saying that she has threatened their lives.
Okay.
My kids saying on the video that she has threatened their lives.
Okay. You do have the right to appeal. You can take this over. You have to.
Ask the lawyer to take a lie detector.
Go ahead and what's that? No. I'm sorry. No, you're fine. If you can go ahead and take a seat in the back, but we're all right here. So, ma'am, I can't, the only thing in front of me here today is whether or not an order is going to be granted or not. And, I'm deciding that it's not based on what's been presented. You said you want to appeal that. You certainly can do that. And, I'm not sure anything you could say would be helpful right now, but, this is just, that's just where I'm at.
Great disservice to our country. I've been fighting for our country. She's been fighting for a new world order.
Okay.
And you have just denied me the protection that I need to fight for our country.
Okay. Well,
A great dishonor.
I do understand you disagree with my decision. I get that.
Thank you for your service.
But do you want these back, or do you want these to go in the court file? Okay. I'm going to give this back to you. I'm going to fill out a denial order, and then both of you will get a copy of it, and then the hearing will be over and you're free to go. But her request for the order is denied. If you think it would be helpful to make things better as opposed to degenerate, you can.
How do I get her to stop filing against me?
Well, I can't tell you what to do either, but if you think you can pursue your own legal action if you wish.
She just had a Zoom meeting.
Okay, I'm not.
And it got denied also, and she's back here again.
I'm not going to. Okay.
Criminal charges, and I'm going to ask a prosecutor
to
make her take a lie detector test at that point.
So hang on.
Because she just thinks that she can continue to get away with things. She uses her connections to powerful people to do this. She was involved in forcing this girl, CK Bella, to commit suicide. All of my friends, her ex-husband, Courtney Prosser, said that she killed her grandma.
Okay. And so
have reported it. And they reported it. They made a report against her to the military police.
Then that'll play out just like like this did.
Both of my son and her husband, Tyree Williamson, have all said that she is a dangerous person.
Okay. So, ma'am, and again, I'm going to go back to, first of all, I'd say a couple of things. If you're implying, I've never met either of you before today. I've never had any contact with either of you before today. The initial petition and temporary was reviewed by a different judge, not me. So I've not had any contact with any of you. If you make reports to various agencies, you can. I will say there are things you can and cannot do. The press charges is up to the prosecuting attorney's office.
Just threatened to make you lose your job. I just heard her through the chip.
I did not. I didn't hear that.
Microchipped. I just heard her.
All right. So
Get mentally evaluated.
okay,
Judge.
I can't. No.
I'm happy to do that. So I can press
the short
charges.
answer to that is no.
I'm going to do that.
She used a petitioner. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Actually, can you?
And so the petitioner is she's asking for my authority here is really narrow. And basically it's just, do I give the order or not? And I've decided not to give it. And the case is over, the case is closed. In terms of evaluation and all that sort of stuff, that's just beyond what I'm allowed to do here. And so, and that's basically what we're here. That's what I'm doing. And I think that, ma'am, you both have let me give you denial orders here. And then, you're free to go.
You guys see this? This is slavery right here. Judge, how do I get the name off of my DOL record? Because there's a court official that entered my name as Jennifer Williamson, and that is not.
You know,
my name.
honestly, I don't know that. You'd have to go with,
So it's not gonna
if that's all done by DOL, you know what? And so I don't know how that happened.
Because she said my name is Jennifer Williamson, so the court entered it in as Jennifer Williamson. So now when it comes up, that's why I got served late. The cop was having a hard time serving me because my name is not Jennifer Williamson.
You know, honestly, I don't know the answer to that. You know, you could talk to DOL and, you know, the case is dismissed. It's gone away.
Okay.
And so I don't know what to tell you beyond that. And, you know, because I can't, and so that's where we're at. Give me just a moment.
Thank you. I was wondering. Interesting. The respondent seemed reasonable to me. I mean, maybe she's not, but from what I saw today, I thought she was reasonable. But I'm just basing on what I saw.
Ma'am, you come up.
You just hear her?
You can take that.
She
You're
just
free to
walked
go.
past and threatened to kill me
Okay,
in her
so,
head. It's just the chip, through the microchip. She just said.
well, obviously it was through the chip. I didn't hear it.
Okay.
And so, and I don't think that, I did not take that. You may go,
She
ma'am.
just
You're
said that
free to
in
go.
front of you.
Okay.
You hear? She's
No, I
saying
did
it.
not. No, I did not.
She's saying, wow.
Wow,
Regular
right.
people got grown ass people scared. I don't understand that.
You're welcome.
Judge just doesn't want her near him. I don't blame him.
Do we need to do anything else on the record here?
Well, clearly, I feel bad. That got this to me hours ago, but I had other stuff I had to do. So I waited till this time. But I know you all want my hot take, and my hot take is obviously Judge Meyer is lying. He heard it all on the chip. He just didn't want to say so in court. I think that's clear. I heard it in my chip. When she was saying, here's the police report, and there were cards, it wasn't a police report. And he's like, he's just like, don't get near me. I do not want to have physical contact. I do not, just back up. Which is totally appropriate. He handled it. He did the right thing. That was much wilder than I anticipated. I didn't know that. I went out to lift heavy things and I went to the grocery store. It's pretty exciting. Do you guys want to hear about my errands? No, okay. Okay. I'm not going to tell you about my errands. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.